All right. So I haven't been. I filmed a bunch of sourcing videos last week, and I've been putting a video out every day. And yeah, basically, I made a huge decision in my business. I've left every platform that I was on except for one, and that's because it's too difficult to move the listings off of there because there's no way to do it. Like, for example, List Perfectly doesn't have an option to move something off of one platform to your own website, which is what I have now. Um, I'm no longer affiliated. I still have my eBay store, but I'm not going to be selling on there. Occasionally, I'll be listing on there, but that's just because the software I use, it's easier to basically create the listing on eBay and then take that listing and put it on my own website than it is to do it on my own website. If that makes sense, it's easier that way. I don't know why, but it is, because when I do a listing on my own website, it takes forever because the pictures take forever to load when I do it on my own website compared to when I do it on eBay. Because, yeah, everything takes forever on my website so I figured out that if I do it on eBay originally, then move it over to my own website, it's a hell of a lot faster because I can create a listing in no time on eBay and then turn around once I'm done listing for the day, move all those over to my website and then delete them off of eBay, which is what I'm going to be doing from now on. Basically, I'm using eBay as my tool to grow my own website, pretty much is what I'm doing. I am still on one other platform, like I said, because it's too difficult to move everything off of there. I tried. I moved 4 listings. It took me over an hour to do 4 listings because the way it works, I have to move it off of there to another website, then from there over to my website. Basically, I have to move it multiple times just to put it on my website. And I don't think it's worth it to do that, so I'm going to leave. I think I have 14 or 1500 listings on there or something like that. I'm going to go ahead and leave those on there. I don't think they'll sell, but right now I just don't have the time to invest that much time in moving those listings over to my website right now. I need to get the mountain of inventory that's unlisted listed on my website, because now I don't have anything holding me back anymore. I don't have any limit. I can list as much as I want, and everything on the website belongs to me. So when people go there, they're not going to be looking at my stuff and a million other people's stuff. It's just mine. So, and I think doing this, basically it lifted a huge amount of weight off my shoulders. I feel I'm no longer stressed out. If you sell on eBay and you've been dealing with the crap that I was dealing with, you understand where I'm coming from with this. I was dealing with glitches every day. I was dealing with, like, one day I would sell a ton of stuff and then not sell anything for days on end. I actually had 10 days where I didn't sell anything whatsoever, nothing. I wasn't, like, I would get offers and then they wouldn't pay. I was sick of that because just in the last 4 months, I went and looked. In the last 4 months on eBay, before I made this decision to leave and to focus on my own thing, I had 398 buyers fail to pay just in the last 4 months. That's ridiculous. eBay said that they were going to fix it where they basically forced the buyer to pay. I don't know when they're going to do that. I don't actually believe they will. But that's what they said. I was on eBay. I'm one of the ones who basically was on there from the start. And I had a ton of different stores over the years, but I was there from the beginning. And every year it's just gotten worse and worse. They keep adding new shit without fixing the problems they had. And that drove me away. Like I said, I'm no longer stressed out. I actually feel good for the first time in I don't know how long. Honestly, I think eBay was making me sick. Because I felt like shit for the better part of the last year. I didn't feel healthy. I didn't want to wake up in the morning. Couldn't sleep at night. That's what I was going through because of how screwed up eBay is. And I already know I'm going to get attacked for making this video, and I really don't give a fuck. Honestly, because I got attacked for making a similar video like 4 months ago or something, because I went through a bunch of shit, and so I made a video about what I went through, and I had people attack me not only on YouTube. It got to the point where they were like stalking me everywhere. They somehow got access, found out my eBay store, and were sending me messages on there harassing me. I would block one, and then 30 seconds later I had a message from what seemed like the same person, because it was pretty much the exact same message. And that went on. And then I also had like a few people, or maybe it was just one under multiple accounts, I don't know, but someone was harassing me on there. And then they end up, what happened was, I had the people, first it was the messages where they were talking shit, and they actually said in the messages it was because of something I said on YouTube. And they're basically cussing me and calling me names and calling me a liar and telling me I don't know what I'm talking about, that eBay is the best selling platform out there and all this crap. And then I sell some stuff, and then once it's delivered, I get messages from these accounts that bought the stuff saying, haha, we're going to leave you a negative feedback, all this shit. And there's basically telling me that there's nothing I can do about it because they're pissed off because of the video or whatever. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I thought they were just talking shit. And then next thing I know, I'm getting like one negative after another. And then I go to eBay. I'm like, can you remove these negatives? And I'm like, you could look at the feed or look at the messages and you can see what they said and all that. So they're like, yes, we'll remove them. And then they removed the negatives, and I thought that was the end of it, but it wasn't. I still kept getting like harassed. And that unfortunately is going on now with other sellers who are on YouTube and selling on eBay. And If you say anything negative about eBay on YouTube, you're going to get attacked. Pretty much is how it seems, anyway. Because there's been multiple people on YouTube who are getting attacked just for talking about what they're going through on eBay. They're being called liars. They're being told that it's because of them and not eBay, because when you're an eBay fanboy, you think it's the end-all, be-all of everything, apparently. And I'm one of the original people who was on eBay. Like I said, I've been there since the beginning. But I don't see it as the end-all, be-all. I don't even see it as a option anymore. And I never thought I would be saying that, but it's true. Now I have my own website, and I don't care about eBay anymore. And like I said, I'm going to be using eBay, but not to sell on. Basically, eBay is a part of my operation, but no longer the operation, if that makes sense. It hasn't been really my operation for a while now, because I've been selling on so many other platforms and everything else, but it has been the most stressful part of my operation. And that's a sad thing. It's been generating the least amount of my income, but it's been giving me the most stress. And that's why I left.